Big week for big Netflix week.
Big week for Netflix.
Yep. There's one. Netflix. There's a tattoo you can get.
Oh, you get Netflix.
Netflix.
And the guy from Extraction, he would enjoy Netflix because he got shot in the neck that time.
He's got that bullet hole in his neck.
That's right, Jake Extraction. He's back in action.
Do you want to talk about... That's exactly what I wrote.
Yeah.
No, actually, I wrote Jake Straction is back.
Shin?
No. Anyway, do you want to talk? We're going to talk about a little bit of Black Mirror and a little bit of Jake Straction.
That's right. Which is Extraction 2, for
yes,
people who are wondering.
But
no subtitle? No.
No. But the eyes, there's two eyes.
Extraction. Okay, great.
God, Jake Straction. It's time for Extraction.
So it's Extraction 2.
Yes.
Great.
Now, the first Jake Straction, the budget was $65 million.
Okay.
I would say this would be bigger than that. It seems that there's a lot of stuff going on here, which is either a complicated kind of visual, not effect, but, a complicated...
Metaphor.
No, it's real in terms of, it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, they use a lot of real stuff in this.
That's true.
In-camera effects.
They break a lot of windows.
And glass and saws and bullets going in and out of people,
right.
etc. So we don't... Obviously, there is no box office return of this.
That's
but
right.
it seems to be doing well enough that they've already announced Jake Straction 3.
Have they? I didn't know that.
So that's happening.
Wow.
All people who are alive in these movies, or maybe not, will be returning.
That's right.
Even if you think you're dead, guess what? You might be back for another Jake Straction.
That's right. Did we see you get cremated? Well, you could be back.
That's right.
Anyway, they're all back. Jake Straction is back.
Yep.
That lady is back.
I forgot everybody else in this movie except Jake Straction.
Maybe her brother.
Yep.
That guy who is maybe her brother, he's back.
Yep. Is this as you telling us what the story was?
Yeah, this is what it is. And but this time,
yep,
he's got to do another extraction. But this time he's got to get a lady out of prison.
Yep.
Is her husband out for revenge from the first movie? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think that's related.
No, I think it's unrelated.
This is a separate
extraction, but he's still like Eastern European, and he's a big tough guy with the neck tattoos.
That's
so
right.
Watch out.
I enjoyed Jake Straction too.
Me too.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I only watched it yesterday. I finally got around to it because I was like, I'm going to watch it closer to when we record, so then I'll remember more of it.
I love that.
But I left it too close, Mason.
No, so it didn't even sink in.
I was stressed.
So you're like, there was light and colour, but that's all I remember. It hasn't penetrated my brain yet. It's just still rattling around in my eyeballs.
That's right. What I like about Jake Straction is the character of, is that I like how he just is unashamedly, adidly Australian.
Oh, yeah,
He's watching the footy. He's watching the Dancing with the Stars, which Chris Hemsworth once did.
Oh, yeah.
One point he says to a bloke, "Get a dog up here," didn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly
it's
right.
after the credits.
Yeah.
He's got one of those Australian dogs, which is just like, what kind of dog in this? I don't know. It's a dog.
Yeah.
He's got one of those
That's
dogs.
Perfect. That's right.
Which is the best kind of dog.
I think he should have had like a ratty mullet and a mustache.
Yeah, great.
Because that would make him very Australian currently.
Yeah.
That's the most current Australian haircut, facial hair combo.
That's what you can do. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all in all, it's there's some stuff in this that I like. The big action set piece, the one that they're kind of selling this on,
the prison
is the
break.
21-minute oneer. And this isn't really a spoiler, but that happens relatively early on in the movie.
It is the extraction.
Yeah.
It's the initial
and
extraction.
then there's other things that happen afterwards. But I was like, oh, they've done the big thing already. I wonder what else this has to offer. Post this. And there is still plenty happening.
That's true.
On the back end of the 21-minute oneer. So how do you feel about the return of Jake Straction being that he was shot in the neck and he fell off a bridge and he died?
Oh, yeah?
And then he went into a coma.
Yeah.
But then he came back.
Well, then a very special celebrity cameo is like, you should come back and do another extraction.
And he said, well, you should come back and do another Thor movie.
That's right.
I was like, oh, no.
I think I died. I hope I died. I hope I died in the Thor movies. I don't want to come back. Give me a bigger role. I don't know. And then he's like, well, I'm not in shape to do another extraction. So what I should do is I should have a very short Rocky montage.
Rocky IV montage.
Where I push some logs up a hill or whatever.
I break some rocks.
That's right.
I build in a wall.
Take my casts off.
Yep. I do ropes.
And then I'm ready.
I do ropes.
I check the center app.
Yep.
And I'm good. I'm good to go.
Says,
now.
yep, get those knees up.
That's right.
And I got those
knees up, and now I'm ready to kill everybody
Do
on
I
Earth.
need this knee brace anymore?
No. No, you're good, mate.
And now I love in movies, just in general, I love prison break movies.
Sure.
And what I thought was going to happen here, I thought the movie was going to be Jake Straction, whose real name is Tyler Rake legally.
Interesting. Do you think he's related to Rake from the TV series
yes,
Rake?
Even though TV show Rake, his name's not really Rake. But yes, they are related.
Interesting.
I thought he was going to be put into the prison and then he'd become part of the prison community, and then he'd do his Jake Straction.
Join some clubs, for example, in the prison.
Exactly. Maybe he joins the library club.
Yeah.
Maybe he learns he gets his degree in mathematics.
He joins the escapology club. He joins the build a battering ram club.
But what he actually does is just run in.
He sure does. The team comes in. What's Eastern Europe, I guess?
Yeah.
The team goes in, all guns blazing.
Yep, boy, do
They're
they.
like, we'll have just load yourself up with guns and grenades.
Yeah.
We'll there's a big tunnel underneath the prison. We'll just go in.
Yep.
And we'll shoot everybody.
And it's from the moment he enters the prison, it's a oneer technically, where it's not actually a oneer, but
we follow the
series
action.
of-
There's no cuts.
no.
Ish.
There are some pretty obvious cuts within it. Yeah, there's some one smoother than others, obviously, but all in all, it works. It's not like
There's nothing. There's no like. There's no point where Jake Straction is like, "What's happening over there?" and the camera swings over. It's doing a dance.
Or it's just him again. Just cuts to him again doing a different thing. Yeah. But I thought, no, it worked really well for me. And like the coordination of that is incredible. And the action sequences and the fight choreography. Apparently, Chris Hemsworth learned like 2,500 different choreography moves or whatever, which doesn't surprise. I mean, he did Dancing with the Stars, so he would know. Yeah. He would know how to do choreography. And there's moments.
And he's seen those bloody legends of the game, getting a big specky.
They'll do a big specky.
That's a beautiful move, isn't it?
It is. You got to get up there.
That's right.
You got to do a big
specky.
You got to get up there, Gazali. But yeah, there's a moment also where he's out in like the prison yard while a riot is going on, and it's literally like 400 people.
Yeah. And he shoots 300 of them.
Just falling over each other and hitting each other with bricks and whatever. Yeah, and he's among it with his family.
It's probably some of those dudes like, why didn't we do this before? This is easy and fun. We'll just push these guards over. We'll leave.
There's probably one of the most famous bits that they've talked about is that at one point his arm is lit on fire, and then the action continued, and that is real. Like he did. I think there is some like visual effects enhancement like going on there. But,
sure.
But yeah, they actually do light Chris Hemsworth's arm on fire in that bit. And then from there it goes to a car chase and then on top of a train. What I didn't realize about that top of the train sequence, and this is stuff in the trailer, is that the helicopter moments are real. Huh. They're really landing helicopters on the roof of the train and bad guys are pouring. Like they're on it's crazy. Like the stuff that they're actually, doing in these movies. Because if this was like, I don't know, a Fast and Furious movie, I guess it wouldn't.
Or The Grey Man.
Or The Grey Man, yeah.
Which is also a Russo
It's also a
production.
Russo joint. Yeah. So, this is Sam Hargrave, who was, I don't know if he still is, but he's a stunt man. And I think he doubled Captain America.
Okay,
for some of it at least. And now he makes movies in addition to Mason. And he has a big beard.
That's great.
And he goes, like that. But just the idea of like Chris Hemsworth's on top of a helicopter and he's got the minigun. We'll talk about minigun minutes.
Yeah.
And that helicopter is like really there. Like the blades are just like.
And Chris Hemsworth really shot it down.
Yeah,
they had the budget for it.
Yep, that's
They had the budget to kill all those men.
How did you feel about that minigun minute, Mason?
Pretty solid.
Well, there's 2 minigun minutes because there's the bit where he holds it for but he only holds it for 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's enough to shoot down a helicopter.
So you're okay with that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He shoots down a helicopter. He kills a bunch. You see the men die in it?
Yeah.
That's good. It's a proper minigun. I don't know why it's on the roof of a train.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's not important.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And what about the minigun with because they also have a minigun at one point.
That's true.
Where they're shooting through a building. Remember? And he's hiding behind
not as good
kitchen cabinets.
Shades of the original Matrix.
Oh, yeah. I loved the original Matrix.
But I mean, that one's 0 out of 10 because it's like they're hiding behind a kitchen island or whatever.
An IKEA.
That's right. They're hiding behind a Bjorn or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just all the armor-piercing bullets are just bouncing off it.
Absolutely.
So 0 out of 10. So final score, 0 out of 10.
Fair enough.
For that movie.
Because if you times 0 by any number,
it's 0.
It's
that's
0.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think there was much stuff though after the oneer that kind of kept your interest, or do you think that was the?
I mean, I did find myself invested in these characters that I forgot were in the first movie.
Yeah,
I'm like,
totally.
I like this lady and maybe her brother.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
Because he kind of seems like, and maybe it was in the first one, I don't remember, like a fancy kind of like rich kind of kid. But he's, he also does big
He's good at murders.
Yeah.
He's good at extractions and murders
and
as
fashion.
Well. And fashion, I think that's cool.
I like that. Yeah, I think also.
Finally, a character I can relate to.
It's interesting because the way that they do action in this, there's that oneer and then the back end, and then there's kind of 2 major action extended sequences, but the one on the back end of the movie, that's just shot like traditional action, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
But I think that works to this film's advantage, that there's like doing things two different ways, and there's sections within that second sequence which I really like. There's a moment where he's in the gym and he's just beating people with weights and cables and pulleys and all of that. I think it's pretty creative. There's a moment where he punches a guy onto a treadmill and he
checks the center app and he's like,
gotta keep my knees up.
Brain this guy with a weight.
And keep my knees up.
That's right. How many calories have I burned?
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting that it's like you do your style of one and then it's kind of the best or biggest version of that you could do. And then I think also of like traditional action, it does like a really good example of that also.
I would love to know if the muzzle flashes and etc. Are these real guns or are they?
Don't know.
Is he miming it?
I'd say probably.
Maybe a mix?
I mean, they got kicked to them. Like often the guns they use now, they might be airsoft where they'll kick a little bit.
Yeah, right.
And there might be a little flash in the end or whatever. But yeah, like the John Wick situation. Yeah, the Wick situation. There's quite a tense moment on a glass kind of what is it? A roof?
Yes, a balustrade.
I don't
know if that's true.
Yeah, sure, and that's fun. You know, that's a good moment.
Yeah, it's a memorable moment as opposed to again like the Grey Man, which had no, like its namesake, not memorable. No, you haven't. I've seen it.
Okay.
The only memorable.
I knew one of us had seen it.
Yeah, the only memorable moment in that movie is there's an action sequence on a tram, and that's the only reason I remember it.
Because you're in it.
Yeah, because I'm in it.
Keep it down. Make sure to
But at the same time, I'm like, the tram wouldn't keep going if there was nobody driving in it because there's a safety switch.
What if you put a brick under the safety switch?
He doesn't put a brick on the safety switch. He doesn't have a brick on him.
All right.
If Ryan Gosling was like, good thing I bought this brick, I can put it on the safety switch of the tram.
Was this before or after he got his Grey Man powers? Because isn't that...
Oh, this is after he got his Grey Man powers and he can conjure up as many bricks as he wants.
Grey bricks.
Nothing about that. Like, he doesn't even have a signature look.
The Grey Man?
The Grey Man. Like, you know, I'm talking like Gosling, you know, in Drive, he's got the scorpion jacket or whatever.
Do you think they should have just given him the scorpion?
Give him the scorpion jacket, but it's a grey scorpion.
Yeah.
But like...
Is it just like a tactical kind of...
No, he's wearing a dirty tracksuit.
The whole time?
Well, at the start of the movie, he's got like a red suit on because he's going to a nightclub because he's got to kill a guy in a nightclub.
Does he?
And then after... Yes. And then he kills Drazik.
Not Drazik.
He kills Drazik.
I'm not that guy.
That's right. But then he's on the run later and he just puts on a dirty tracksuit and he was wearing a dirty tracksuit for the entire movie.
Grey Man. Maybe that's why were they grey track pants?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, that's
his signature look.
That's great. That's
grey sweatpants.
They should call him the Great Man.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. I like that they brought in his wife Olga Kurylenko. Because the story of Jake Straction is that in the first movie is that his son had cancer and he wasn't there when his son passed away. He couldn't handle it.
That's right.
And so he left to do a Jake Straction.
That's right.
And it's something that he lives with deep regret. And I think it did a good job of putting in enough character moments where you're like, you understand the character of Jake Straction and you do feel for him. And Chris Hemsworth, he can do some emotional acting.
He can do some emotional acting, and there's a moment where he's talking to the son of the woman he extractioned.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, mate. Go on, mate. Yeah. Go on, mate. Tried my best, mate.
Get a dog up here, mate.
Dog up here, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he talks.
Yeah, that's right.
And how he is. Yeah.
I saw it. I know you want the relationship with your dad to work, but she's cactus, mate. She's just cactus, all right?
It's rooted.
Yeah. Yeah. Australia.
So, yeah. And good fist fights.
Yeah.
You know, it does all the action stuff well. There's a moment where he like splits a guy's hand like down the middle.
That's right.
He gets hit with a saw at one point, but it's just kind of like you see it like press into his arm.
Yeah.
And there's just he's using all sorts of
very soul. Like I think this is worth the price of admission for Netflix this month.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
They should do a day pass for Netflix. $2 and you get Netflix for 24 hours.
Yep.
And you cram in as much as you can in that 24 hours. You don't sleep. You just watch Netflix.
You watch Extraction and then Extraction 2. So, yeah, I guess look forward to Jake Extraction in 3 years, I'm assuming.
Trey Straction.
Three Stractions. Yeah, so, yeah, good. I don't have much else to say about that, but it's good.
It is good. Best Netflix streaming movie ever.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of them. There's this and there's the other Extraction movie. And there's what are the other action movies on Netflix which are good?
I'm going to open up Netflix.
Fubar is getting a second season.
Second season of Fubar, that show that I thought was a movie. That's great, man.
Isn't it just... Oh, God. Was Triple Frontier from that?
Yeah.
Red Notice?
Yeah, that's good.
Is it?
So, we've talked about the strike for a bunch of... What's interesting about the Writers Guild strike is that one of the things that the studios don't seem to want, and the streamers don't seem to want to divulge, like they're not budging on it, is how much people are actually... Like the actual numbers. Who's actually watching this stuff?
Yeah.
Because Red Notice apparently it's at 230 million hours or
I'd
something
believe
like
it. I'd believe it.
And people are like, why aren't they releasing the numbers? Is it because they're low or is it because they're high? And the answer is it's both, I would imagine. Because I bet there's some stuff where people went, like where they went, okay, everybody watched this and everybody talked about it. It's got 1 billion streaming minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they cancelled it because the algorithm said no. And there'd be stuff like Red Notice, which nobody watched. But if they admit to their investors that they paid Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot like $50 million to be in this movie, and nobody watched it, they're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they have to keep that number high and the other number low.
Yeah.
And when it's revealed that it's actually reversed, they're in a lot of trouble, kind of thing. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. I'm excited for when somebody leaks that.
Absolutely. Here's some Netflix action stuff.
Did you just go to Netflix and write action movie?
Exclusive. So there's The Old Guard.
Oh, yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't mind that. The Harder They Fall. I like The Harder They Fall, actually.
Oh, that was good too. The Western, yeah.
Triple Frontier, I didn't mind. I thought it was okay.
Terrific.
What about this one, Mason? Army of the Dead.
I didn't like that. I thought it was bad. I thought the first 5 minutes
Here's
was
one
fun.
you liked, though. Here's one you liked. Bright.
No, that was bad. What about The Adam Project? Another Ryan Reynolds banger.
Oh, yeah. Another one we got $50 million.
Yeah.
Outlaw King was all right.
How about this? Spencer Confidential with
Great
Mark
movie.
Wahlberg.
What about Defied Five Bloods? That was all right, actually. That wasn't really an action movie, but yeah. What about Six Underground?
Oh, that's another Ryan Reynolds joint.
And a good movie. Didn't you like that one?
Maybe actually.
What about the
I was on the cusp for that one, I think.
What about the movie? No, you hated it.
Did I?
There's a Michael Bay one.
Yeah, I remember.
What about the movie Ghosted?
No, that's Apple.
That's Apple, Mason.
Yeah, I know. That's why I haven't seen it. And also, I heard it was bad. I heard it was very bad and
well,
forgettable.
you should just don't judge movies on what I and other people say.
Okay.
Spend money and see them yourself.
Great.
Yeah.
Give us the day pass, Netflix. Stop with this. Oh, we're gonna know when your family uses your Netflix account. Oh, we're gonna ban you or whatever. Give us a $2 day pass.
Yep. Day Shift was all right, the Jamie Foxx one. So yeah, there you go. Some of them are okay.
Dragonheart Battle for the Heartfire.
Dragonheart.
2017.
Yeah, you saw that one?
No.
It's probably the best Dragonheart movie.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's easy for me to say.